There's a place full of species long thought extinct. Where evolution seems to work a different way. Lord Howe Island is a unique microcosm, a Garden of Eden, a collection of botanical and zoological wonders. An island lost in the South Pacific, somewhere between New Zealand and Australia. "9,000 feet from base to summit, 3,000 of that above the water. Man has endangered her, and only man can secure her future." A white tern hurries back to check on its young. White terns don't build nests. They rear their young on bare branches. Their only enemy is the weather. If this baby falls, it can't survive on its own. Ian Hutton left Australia 25 years ago to come to Lord Howe. Today he knows more than anyone else about the island's wildlife. He knows that these Norfolk Island pine trees have only been here 50 years, and until they came, there were no white terns. White terns would nest in no other tree. But here, the birds are totally exposed to the storm. The mother has returned with food for her young to find an unexpected scene. But Ian knows that she will tolerate his intervention and won't abandon her baby. The instinct for survival will win. Sometimes a bird does fall. It will crawl along the undergrowth in a vain search for shelter. If it's too weak to be reunited with its parents, Ian has another solution. He calls on the old Lord Howe families for help. Once the islanders saw their wildlife as a nuisance or a source of food, but now they look after it too. The Wilson family have been taking special care of the white tern chicks for many years. They feed them until they're ready to fly.
Parents may come back or may not, so rather than have it starve there, brought it down here to Camel, and every year he raises about 10 of these little birds. So these ones have been here about a month, and we'll just add this one here to the lot, and he'll be hand fed every day, and he should survive.
School uniform doesn't include shoes, and in the phone book, people are known by their nicknames. Everything here seems to run by its own rules. Under the water, it's stranger still. Everyone knows that clownfishes are orange and white, except at Lord Howe, where they're black and white. This could be a completely normal tropical reef, except it's far too far south. It and its species have no business here. Turn a corner, and we're in a completely different landscape. Suddenly, these are cold water plants and animals. Species that should never meet share the two habitats and the southernmost coral reef in the world. Tough nature protection measures, especially since becoming a natural World Heritage Site, are a headache for the humans of Lord Howe. The rules are so strict, they can't even build new houses on the island. Ruby, Anna and Nathan will most likely have to leave. Ian wants to fight for the island and its people. The best way is to make the children the island's first protectors. That's why they regularly visit the beach at low tide, learning about the riches that surround them.
Oh, what's there? A baby sea urchin.
There's one.
A very small one.
For the children, sea urchins, starfish or sea cucumbers become an object of fascination instead of an obstacle to making a living.
Hey, a bit of his like the...
But Ian himself may not be able to stay on Lord Howe unless he can get permission to build himself a new home. As a newcomer, even after 25 years, he will not have priority.
It's fine. So they crawl along on their foot.
And don't make it easy.
The sea hare is a kind of sea slug, one of many species around the islands. Lacking a shell, it relies on camouflage to protect itself. The currents have dug a complex system of underwater caverns, a maze of caves that the sea soon colonized. Some animals never leave here. Others only venture out to mate or feed. Sea creatures have all sorts of strategies to protect themselves at night. But as you'd expect, things are a little bit different on Lord Howe. Parrotfish usually wrap themselves in a layer of mucus that cuts off their scent from marauding blacktips. But Lord Howe parrotfish have no enemies, so they can sleep unprotected. This decorator crab covers himself with so much algae and sponges, he's almost undetectable. The only trouble is, if he moves, he has to change his disguise. At night, a false move can be fatal. A squid senses danger and retreats. The lionfish spreads his poisonous spines to deter predators while he grazes.